which is wave particle structure. Geometry can flip around into the time field and become a wave. Kuznetsov, which you're going to see in this presentation, proved that the wave structure of a disease is enough to infect healthy tissue in a hermetically sealed container. You can take the wave structure of a disease, zap it through a hermetically sealed container, and have those cells inside the container catch the disease. A disease is a disease of the mind which has as its medium of transference the consciousness field. That's how you get sick. It's by going out of integrity. The nutritional component is secondary to that. When you're in an area where everybody is depressed because their living conditions are very difficult, they're going to get sick a lot more because they're so negative. So I ask you this. If you can respect yourself enough to no longer let these people into your life on a personal level, is there a 100th monkey effect that happens to the planet? Of course. Of course. And that's what's happening right now. What I said on this panel last night, what I said on the radio show that I just did with Project Camelot on Thursday, what I'm preparing to say on my website, is that we are now at a point where we have graduated. I was told this a year ago. I was actually starting to be told this 2 years ago. It's now happened. We have graduated from the need to have the New World Order running the show. It's over. It's going to be over within less than a year. I'm not trying to be psychic. I'm talking in facts. I'm talking about the simple fact that you cannot lie to people who know the truth. What does a lie require to exist? It requires an absence of information. It requires you not knowing that it's a lie. Because if you're being lied to and you know that it's a lie, then it's not a lie. It becomes an obvious, ridiculous gaffe that this person is making. It becomes a situation that can be remedied because you can start laughing when that person tells you a lie. Because you know the truth. We are watching the derivative system, the Ponzi scheme and international bankers being ripped apart because the other countries are tired of playing the game. They now have more economic power than the old European white men that run the New World Order and the Illuminati. They no longer have the leverage to be able to do what they're doing. And what I propose to you on an even more intrinsic level is that this is all something that appears to be happening as a result of natural progressions of events. But on another level, it is an energetic phenomenon which is being programmed to occur by a movement into a higher energetic frequency. That frequency is making us more present with ourselves. The best thing you can do for the planet, the best thing you can do to save the children, to avoid the swine flu, to protect yourself and your finances, and to make a better world for future generations, is to stay in that state of positive, uplifting peace and gratitude. Can I get an amen on that? Thank you. And I don't profess that I'm the guy you go to for the answers. You can send me your emails. I'm happy to read them. I read all my emails. But this is something that each of us are doing. I've only identified an effect that's happening to everyone. If you want to go religious for a minute, the second coming of Christ, or the messianic return, is something that's happening to everyone. I was talking to Jordan over dinner with Bill and Carrie the other night, and he was telling me that if you really go back into the original Old Testament documentation, that the messianic figure is not one person. It represents this change into a whole new way of being. And so now he's got me convinced that I got to go looking for that data myself. He has reason to believe it's true, and I'm sure he's right, but I need to find my own facts. I don't wait for somebody else to come and teach me something. If I hear something that I like, I go look and I find out for myself. I was told from my own guidance, which is dreams and visions and prophetic information, that there was going to be a great change happening to the earth and the solar system. I didn't just nod my head like a subservient slave to some higher power and say, yes, you're right, oh lovely master, I will do what you say. I said, no, I can't believe that. I can't believe that the whole world is going to change on an energetic level that will make what we're in now seem like the most miserable depression by comparison. That the life that we have now will become 100 times more harmonious, in which things like instantaneous telepathy, levitation, telekinesis, healing, and flying are so effortless that it's as easy to do as raising and lowering the diaphragm to make your lungs breathe. It requires no extra effort. That seems to be what's going on. There's all these people that we have in Earth's history from a variety of cultures, including Jesus. And if you don't want to believe in Jesus really existing, there's plenty of other cultures you can go to look for so-called ascended masters. They're out there. Guys that have these abilities, guys that do these amazing things. All that represents is somebody who is a little bit farther ahead than you are. Not too much. We know that the ETs that are visiting us are almost entirely human. The widest divergence from a human look that you're ever going to get is the so-called gray. The majority of humans, and we're getting more and more whistleblowers coming forward and telling us the same thing. The ETs are our family. They look like us. They have similar types of voices that we do, although they may not use them anymore, because telepathy works much better and much faster. This is like a dial-up modem. It sucks. Okay? If I could telepathically speak to you, sorry. How's that? If I could telepathically speak to you and just give you the download, boom, you just get the whole thing, and I can walk off, thank you very much, good night. And I'm done. It's already happening, isn't it? I'm giving you holographic plates. What do we know about a holographic plate? You cut it up into little pieces, you shine lasers into each one of those pieces, and what happens? Do you see one side of the hologram? You see the whole hologram, just maybe a little bit dimmer. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you all these little pieces which seem to be very interdisciplinary. I'm talking about diet, I'm talking about health, I'm talking about politics, I'm talking about science. But I'm talking about the same thing. I'm talking about you. What is your identity? What is your identity? Is it your body? No. Is it this room around you right now? That's part of it. Your body is part of it. The people sitting next to you in this auditorium, or if you're watching this on the internet, the computer screen that you're looking at, that's part of you. The chair that's touching your bottom is part of you. It's your identity. When you walk on the ground and the earth is also walking against you, not just you walking against the ground. When you go outside and you see the blue skies and you see the clouds and you see the birds and you see the trees and you hear the wind blowing through the trees, that's you. That's who you are. Energetically, we can prove that. Energetically, we can prove that all the cells in your body change every 7 years. Who you are right now, this body that you have, even if you have this big nasty wart on your face or something, that wart has been completely redone over 7 years of time. Okay, fine. What does that mean? That means that the energy that made you change every 7 years flowed through you, but it didn't get stuck there. It kept on going. Is it not true that the air that you're breathing right now as I talk to you has potentially been shared by every person in human history? That's pretty nasty if you're a germophobic person, isn't it? Every person in the world's history has breathed the air that you're